You're beautiful. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. It's true. And I saw your face in a crowded place. You're beautiful. It's true.
Right, so I just want you to know, Farah, man, I've been doing some investigation about you.
Oh my God! Every time you do some investigation, I have heart palpitations.
I'm just saying, man. I'm gonna let the people hear this, man. So I was doing some YouTube, Googling, I guess you could say, some YouTube searching, and I came across this crazy video. I wonder if Miss Farah is familiar with this.
Oh my God! What did you find? No.
You're beautiful.
Oh no!
You're beautiful. You're beautiful.
Shut everything down.
Trailer.
No.
Yo,
No.
yo. I'm definitely putting that in the front of the episode.
No.
Yes, I am.
No.
Yes, I am.
That's not even supposed to be a thing anymore. Where did you find that?
Yo, it's got your whole name here. So, no, we're going to let the people listen to the whole thing now in its entirety. And you need to relax.
You're beautiful. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. It's true. And I saw your face.
I will murder everybody
in a
you love,
crowded place.
including
You're
myself.
beautiful. It's true.
Oh, my God. Yo, I was sitting there. I just, for some reason, something made me put your name in the YouTube search bar.
I literally have no control over that still being up because that's not on. Like I'm not the person.
It's on Chris V's
that.
page. Who's Chris V?
You know who that is. That's my ex-best friend.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they got you out here looking bad. They got 2 videos with your whole name on here, yo.
Yeah, like what the fuck is that? That's weird as fuck.
That is mad weird.
Is my middle name in it?
No, it's just your first and last.
That's absolutely. What's the second video?
It's the same thing.
Okay.
It's just they just have your beautiful Farah.
Jesus, how many views does it have?
Like 40.
Okay,
I'm probably
yeah.
like 25 of them. No lie. I've been watching that shit all day.
But
like I seen that shit this morning and I've been planning this for the show.
And he didn't tell me.
Day.
We lived together.
And I've been sitting on this all day. I've been humming the song in my head trying to not like spoil it at all. Like this was really my moment. This is really my moment.
Fuck
right
you and everything that you enjoy.
So I mean, if people can't tell, there's tension in the home. Well, let's introduce the show and then we'll talk about the tension that's in the home. All right, you're listening to Talk FNF TV with your boy Rhetoric.
FNF. Oh,
and my lovely co-host.
And Farah. It's Farah. What's up, guys? Hi.
Somebody said something interesting to me about, because we just recently dropped our first episode. Shout out to us. They said, how...
We did the big one.
They said, how are y'all Talk FNF TV? Y'all ain't talk about no TV on your first episode. And I said, we gonna get on that.
Listen, there's more than one episode dropping per week. Just be
the
patient.
The news is on TV. So Carly Russell, that's TV.
Yeah, let's get there. Let us get there.
We talked about Zeus.
Pop culture, is that not talking about TV, low-key?
I mean, we talked about Zeus.
Yeah.
So, we was there.
Ish.
Yeah.
We talked about TV. We were TV adjacent in the first episode.
They tried to try us. But don't worry.
They really did.
We got some interesting, some things to get into. But like I said, as I alluded, we do got some tension because I have violated.
Hold on. It's TV because this is a show that we eventually want to be on TV. So we don't have to talk about TV for this to be Talk FNF television. This is the television. Okay.
They also asked me why is it Talk FNF and my name on the stage is Rhetoric. It was just too much to go into.
Listen, semantics. And those were your friends.
I mean, hey, man, it's all about the branding. It's all about the brand. But like I said, let's get into this. So there's been a little tension in the home. I apparently I violated a sacred code.
The sanctity of our marriage.
I apologize. I've done something that I shouldn't have.
Unholy.
I've stepped out in a way that I should be ashamed. So
not only as a husband, but as a man and as a human.
I agree. I failed. I let you down. But I did. Let's just tell the people what I did. So, and we're going to talk about these movies in a little bit. But one of the movies that I saw without Miss Farah.
This dirty lion. Fucking what scandalous motherfucker saw Barbie without me. Do you so you doing the bending?
Hey, no, we not finna do that. And that's one thing we not finna start with.
So you doing the bending?
We not starting with that. Ain't nobody doing no bending. I am a Hasbro toy comic book aficionado, and you made some choices that we couldn't end up going to see Barbie, so I end up watching it at home on my phone. Because you know what? They had a lot of things that I liked in the movie. It had Margot Robbie. It had white women. And it was funny. I like those things. So we're going to get into our reviews later on in the episode. But I just want you to know, if you feel like there's some tension on the show between us, it's because I've stepped out of our merrily movie boundaries.
Like, this is the first time that I was like, this is something that we need to watch together. And then he just watched it without me.
There are 27.
Continue.
Or this is the first time that he's done it and told me. Because he might have done it before. He's might have done it before. At this point, there is no more trust in this relationship.
The trust has been violated.
It's gone.
We no longer have it there.
No.
I feel like we can rebuild it.
We can't.
I think there's an opportunity there.
It's done.
You just have to understand that
the trust
it's going to take one day at a time, one movie at a time, one episode of a season at a time, and we're going to be back there.
I don't want to do it.
We all fall down, but we get back up.
When it all falls down, I'm telling you all. Okay, let's move.
All right, Farah West.
What's the next thing?
All right, let's get into some of the topics, man. Your girl didn't acting wild on the socials. So your girl Jess Hilarious, she done talked herself out of the Breakfast Club bag, and I feel bad too, because I just want to preface this before we get into what we actually talk about. I feel bad because she was setting herself up to succeed Angela Yee. Like, we had she was on Breakfast Club regularly. They loved the Wild 'N Out. She was associated with that. She was getting her opportunity to really step out. She had a little situation with Master P that I feel like she handled pretty good. And she was really growing as the personality and was feeling really comfortable next to these guys. So now we done went to what she done said here, and she ain't been on the Breakfast Club since. So I'm going to pull it up, but you can give the folks a little prerequisite of what she was talking about.
Just there was a trans woman that came out. I think maybe on TikTok. I'm not sure where she came out and said it, but are you okay? So you have Jess's reply. So what Jess is replying to right now, what you're about to hear, is this trans woman basically was like, women, you don't monopolize periods, you don't monopolize birth giving. It's not the best like roundup of what she said, but that's the gist of what she said. And she was basically saying that like more than just women experience these things, and your womanhood is not attached to birth giving and having periods.
Who the fuck is gonna stand up for us? Who the fuck stands up for us? And us, I mean women, real women, biological women, women who were born with all the parts that you guys wish that you were. When does the delusion stop? What is the difference between you and someone who has been diagnosed to be mentally insane? What's the only difference is you don't have a straight jacket on. Stop talking out your fucking ass. Wake up. How are you projecting your anger on real women? Because we are the gatekeepers. We are the gatekeepers for periods. We the only one that fucking bleed, honey. We the only ones that can give birth. We make y'all people. We make y'all. Y'all come from us. You can't be us. You will never. You're chasing something you'll never, ever get. You'll never be that. Who the fuck is gonna stand up?
So that was Jess Hilarious, attacking the trans. Do you want to?
I want to start by, I feel like, okay, so from everything that I've been seeing, I'm not like fucking like the expert on all this stuff, but I would consider myself to be an ally. So everything that I've been seeing from like all of the famous like trans personalities that I follow, T.S. Madison's, and there's somebody, I forget her name, but like everyone has the same sentiment of like, this is not how all trans women feel, you know, like they don't want to experience periods, or even if they do or not, but like they were like, this was a very aggressive, like clickbaity type video, and apparently like this woman does this type of content.
You're talking about the original woman? Nope.
Yeah. So what Jess was reacting to. And this was obviously something that like you didn't need to take seriously unless you hate trans people, like Jess Hilarious does, which obviously she does. It's like, it's if somebody like makes a video and they're like, fuck, but like just she basically like all of the people who hate trans people and the trans experience took this video and took it as an excuse to be like, see, this is it. They're trying to replace us. And I don't, in my experience as a cisgender woman and knowing other cisgender women, we don't feel like we're being attacked by trans women. We don't feel like our identity is being erased by trans women. I've never even personally had that thought. It's just a really weird like sentiment to take. And then Jess Hilarious specifically, time and time again, has had moments where like she said things about the LGBT community and she's had backlash over it, and she's had to apologize multiple times. And then she's in this position where she's with the Breakfast Club and she's finally like getting back to the place that we thought she was before with her career, because she was on that show with Rel, right? Like she was on a pretty big like on a national network TV show, and she was one of the best like personalities on there to me, and the show wasn't great. And then the pandemic happened and everything. And then during the pandemic, she got backlash over and over again because of these ignorant ass comments. Girl, my biggest thing about what she said is you could have just easily
not.
Yes. You could have really just not. You could have just shut up. Nobody needed your opinion on this. You're not a scholar. You're not in this community. Nobody looks to you for anything of like substance. Like, we look to you to be funny. All you have to do is that. You don't have to do anything past that. Past you being funny, like your personal opinions about things that are this like divisive and like would ruin your career. I feel like at this point, if you had any type of like PR or marketing or anything of that nature, like it would have stopped. Like there's this. Why? What was the reason? What was the reason? Like really, what was the reason?
I mean, to me, I feel like she was trying to appeal. We have a lot of people especially in our culture now, that are trying to appeal to a right-wing base. because they know that there's money behind it. Like, it kind of goes into what we talked about last week with the hip hop money running dry regarding, streams.
Yeah.
It's the same thing regarding a lot of different things. And so you kind of got to dip your toe in different little buckets. Cause I feel like, honestly, when you're doing something like this is not her doing comedy work. This is her being, a bigot.
Y'all heard that video. Like, she was bothered and she was upset.
Yeah, she was very bothered.
Yeah,
she was very
like
troubled.
This was personal to her.
Mm-hmm. Like that's
but
what
why?
That's what I was gonna ask. What did she say? Is that the fact that this whole? Because I remember there was a trans woman who did have a little thing to say online. I don't really get the crux of what she was trying to get off. I didn't really watch the video, but was that the video? There was a black trans woman.
It was a black trans woman. I don't know if you have, like, if we can pull it up, that would be great, so we can hear what Jess was replying to, because it's been a really, like, even in the, I'm not in this community, y'all. Like, I really consider myself to be an ally of this community, and I really, like, I love y'all so much, and I tried to educate, because I didn't even listen to Jess's reply to this until like 2 days ago, because it was long and I knew it was going to be ignorant. And then when I watched the original video, I didn't know how to feel. Honestly, even being an ally, I was like, this is a little extra. Like, I don't know, like, do trans women actually feel like that? And then when I actually, like, when I dove deeper into it, I was like, no, this is a small percentage. And then this is, I think, from what I've surmised and investigating and reading comments and, like, clicking on people's profiles and seeing and all of these things, is that, like, she's somebody who tries to get a reaction out of people.
Talking about the original post, right?
Yes.
Okay. I wasn't able to find it.
Okay. So, yeah, so let's switch to you, and you can give us your thoughts and everything on it, and Jess and all that stuff, and I'll try to find it.
Okay. I mean, it kind of just goes hand in hand with, like I was saying, just the whole right wing kind of takeover, where when the money starts getting dry, you start going into trying to find different little avenues, and that is the right wing, and that's where it's like going into these different little, okay, hold on, we're not going, like, it's just this different thing where people keep trying to say, hey, we're trying to protect the kids, we're trying to protect womanhood, or stuff that's not threatened by these people. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not in any way, shape, or form. Like, the simplest point of this is, like, you don't have to engage with the conversation. That's why I said like, you do not have to do this. And so, one thing is, do you think she's done at the Breakfast Club? She hasn't been back on all week since she dropped this.
I think maybe she might have been replaced before this, because I think potentially she might have been replaced before all of this with the girl from maybe TMZ. There's like a
yeah, she's on there now.
Yeah, so
she's been on there since Monday though.
Monday, and then when did all of this happen?
She did it this weekend. It was essentially she did over the weekend. Then you have
and
Monday comes around, and they haven't even addressed. They haven't even said nothing about it. Anything.
My next question before I make my conclusion: when's the last time? Do you know when the last time Jess was on Breakfast Club? Between like this and because the girl was on Monday. If it happened on the weekend and then the new girl was on Monday, and Jess was on like Friday or Thursday, then 100% I'm like, this was a reason, but maybe they just like decided not to go with her.
She's been a regular on there though, like for like 3 weeks, like 2 or 3 weeks.
No, she's been a regular on there for I think longer than that.
No, I'm talking about consistently.
So
a streak.
It seemed like they were like,
because at first they was doing
go with her,
and then they were. I mean, it seemed like she was setting herself up perfectly to do it.
Yeah,
because they were having a lot of the wilding out people come in. Sometimes she was there with them, sometimes she wasn't, and it just looked like she was primed to like kind of get into that seat for Angela Yee. Like it just seemed like everything was set up for her. That if this whatever she would have did right here would have went good, and folks would have been on her side about it, would have took her up. Like, I think that's what she was planning on, but it's just, I don't know. I just feel like maybe there's probably a level of the grace because she's a black woman that is not going to be extended out to her. Did you find it?
I did, yeah.
Okay. You can play it. So this is going to be the who just actually was responding to.
Transphobia just comes out, the audacity and just the arrogance for cis women to believe that they own periods, that they own womanhood. You don't. Okay, you don't own periods. You don't own womanhood. You experience both, and both are different for every person. But as a cis woman, it doesn't belong.
Okay, so she's correct. Cisgender women aren't the only people who experience periods. Trans men experience periods. Non-binary people experience periods. It's just like, I feel like if you look at the comments, like the tone that she took was just like really like dick baggy, like girl, like, and that was it.
Oh,
and
was that transphobic?
no. Oh no. Oh shit. I'm so sorry. No, it was just like it was a jerk. You sound like a fucking jerk the way you were addressing it. So if you're not transphobic and you don't already hate trans people, then you're gonna address this. If you're fine, like I was just like, this is weird. I don't know how I feel about this, but let's move on.
No, I feel you.
But if you hate trans people, then you're gonna be like, they're trying to replace women and blah blah blah. Jess, Jess is Jess doesn't like gay people.
I mean, it's clear that she has a very strong issue with people who dabble in the alphabet soup.
Yeah, like she's made several like very ignorant statements. How many times do you have to learn a lesson before you apply it as a grown-ass adult? Like at this point, because she's funny, I've tried to like give her the benefit of the doubt. Also, as a black woman, I give black women chance after chance after chance after chance. You will be lying and I will be in your corner like that bitch telling the truth. Yeah, because I believe her. So, but at this point, girl, get it together, because I'm not on your side, because there are black trans women and there are black gay men and black gay women that you're being ignorant towards. So get your shit collected, get your shit all together in one place and get it. Collect it all, get all of the shits together. I love you. I think you're hilarious.
She's just hilarious.
She really is. She is actually hilarious. And like, I want to see you win, girl. Like, you should be on nationally syndicated like comedies, and like you should have your stand-ups on Netflix at this point. Like you should have, like King Bach should not have had more.
You should be part of Zeus.
No, but
King Bach is he's a founder of Zeus.
But he's not on that shit. But he has like you should have a significant amount of success because you have a significant amount of natural talent. And then the hate that you spew, unfortunately, overshadows your talent. Girl, please, for the love of God, don't Azealia Banks your career. Oh my God. And I still love her too, because I love black women without impunity. They can do whatever the fuck they want. I will still listen to everything she puts out. But Lord have mercy, please, Jess. Lord, like I want you to do good. God, please, stop. Stop.
Yo, we're going to do a deep dive of your obsession with promoting and upholding problematic black women.
No, I will continue. I will always listen, as long as white men get to do what they want, and then black men in general, let me not separate the men. Men get to do what they want. Black men less though, definitely. Let me re-separate the men.
Let me put the camera on you so that they can make sure they see that.
Let me re-separate the men. But like, black women really got it hard, and I will, in my brain, with Farah, you will always have it easier. Always. You will always get a second chance. You will always get the benefit of the doubt. You will always get sensitivity. You will always get just naivete from me, because you deserve that, black women. And you will always get that from me. Regardless of if I look crazy, that I believe you, I am always, regardless, until I die on your side, black women. Done.
I think that was beautiful. I think we can end it on that. Just want to remind people that all this stuff is just nonsense to make you forget that there are 5 major military companies who control the military industrial complex and are hoarding our tax dollars. So don't forget that.
Just fun nonsense until we get back to the seriousness. Go ahead.
Should we name the companies?
Yep, go ahead.
We're going to name the top 5.
Mm-hmm.
So these are the top 5 military prime contractors. So we're starting off with Lockheed Martin Corp. With 4. Oh, Jesus Christ. Looks like this is 45. This is crazy how many millions this is. $45 million in revenue. This is from last year, September.
So just 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
$45 million of revenue in 1 year is crazy.
And then, but this is broke up in 5. So no, let me just say this. So I was actually looking at this Jake Tran video, right? And it was talking about, and then we can stay off this for a little bit. But it was saying that the companies who pretty much do the prime contracting for the military, they aren't allowed. Well, the U.S. government are not allowed to own that information. So like if they needed to repair a plane, like you would think that, you know, of course, the U.S. government is going to repair their own planes. No, they have to buy the parts, all that necessary, like the workers and all that stuff. They have to get that directly from the companies. So like they're essentially doing a markup on everything. And basically that's why, if you look at why our
and the companies who can do this have a monopoly on the market.
Yeah, the top 5. Yeah, basically the top 5 markets pretty much do this. And so what they're doing is, that's why every year you see our budget going up, because they're just marking up the price on it. When something needs to get repaired, you know, they get repaired. And it's the crazy thing. The reason why they're able to do this is because they don't just use it in the military. They put it in like the airplanes and all that other shit. So because it's in commercial flights and all that stuff, they actually can be protected as a private company. So
that's really crazy.
That's one of those things where you're going to hear me always talk about how shit is used against us. So we use this mindset of, oh, this is my company, this is my property, the government doesn't have access to it. And really, they don't care about what you're doing in your shit. The people that we do need to care about.
Iron Man.
Yeah, the people that we need to get into their shit is the motherfuckers going like this. And we can't because they're protected, because they're individual rights. So, hey, man, if you want to blame people, man, they have names. You just got to look them up.
Yeah, but most people don't want to look up the names.
No, they don't. All right, so let's get into this, man. So this was kind of troubling for me. I seen this online today on Twitter, and it was dark. It was some dark shit. Like, these folks is really going out here. They about to be married. They about to tie the knot. They are literally at the altar. And just the disrespect, the unmitigated gall. It's just.
I'm not sure it was disrespect.
It was disrespect in the highest order.
Okay.
We're gonna break this down here.
I guess, child. Let's see.
All right.
In sickness. And in health. To love. Cherish. And to obey.
Pause. We didn't talk about that one. Because I don't like the sound of that.
Like the sound of what?
Obey. What do you mean?
It was a clothing line in the early
mean?
2000s.
What do you mean? Because am I blindly listening to what you say without information about what you're saying?
See, this is the thing that y'all like to do, right? Y'all like to play on the minutiae of a word when
First
the bigger picture.
What the fuck does manouche mean?
Well, clearly, get the dictionary out. Y'all like to play on the little gray areas and the semantics of a word when the bigger issue is you're disrespecting him in front of everybody. Everybody is there, family, friends.
That's the biggest thing to your male ego.
That's the biggest thing to anybody. So if he was at the altar and they was like to have in the hole and honor, he was like, I don't know, I might slip and slide a little bit there. We ain't talk about that in counseling. That's not going to embarrass the woman.
Embarrassment.
Is that not going to embarrass the woman?
That's on the same level of embarrassment, I believe.
Okay, then. So if he would have been talking about, hey, yeah, we're going to get married, but I'm still going to be smashing on other women without you knowing, without you having aware of what's going on, that would have been a problem. So you two say this when the person is doing vows to your partner.
Doing vows to your partner? When
you're giving vows. Apologize. You're giving vows to your partner. You doing that is wild, yo. Like, that is wild. That shit's not cute. Let's finish.
We didn't talk about that one in counseling.
We did talk about that in counseling. Yes, we did. So you want me to repeat that again? You want to just keep going?
I think we can keep going.
All right.
You got to walk away. You just got to lead the aisle. You just got to walk down the aisle, reverse, and don't look back. If she's willing to do that, because even if you don't feel like you're going to obey the nigga, you can at least say it in front of everybody. You can at least have him save face that he has some type of authority. Now the nigga every time they go to the barbecue, everybody's going to remember that. Everybody's going to look at him and say, oh, she still ain't obeying you? You still got it rough? Shit still shaky? Nigga, yeah, if I was his friend, I would wear an obey shirt every time I saw that nigga.
Okay, that's petty, but at the same time, I do completely, I feel you. Like, I will always lie in front of people to make you look good. That is my duty. As you're, like, tell the truth, but also when...
Can you believe the lie? Like, that would be better.
No.
If you could just...
You're asking way too much.
See, I can't wait till we talked about this Barbie review.
You're asking for way too much.
I need you to believe the lie.
The best I can do for you consistently is lie.
Can you believe the lie?
No, I already told you no. You asked the same question twice. The answer is no.
It can change though.
I mean, yeah. Let's ask us in a couple years. You know.
See, this is the thing though. See, because the fucked up part about this shit is like the nigga he could have been like 100% provider and she still would have been on that bullshit too. There's like no standard for that shit. That's the shit. Because this nigga look African. It's like nigga pay for everything.
Yeah, I feel like he probably isn't though.
You don't know that.
She probably a nurse or something.
Okay, just because she works doesn't mean she has to.
Nurses cheat the most.
You read that
Yeah, that shit was crazy. They said women who make six figures are most likely to not give a fuck about a man's opinion. Duh.
Well, hold on. They saying a man's opinion or are they saying cheat? That's what I didn't know. The reason I asked is because
I
didn't read the article.
To my Farah logic.
Because that's why I say
I didn't read the article either.
We gotta get the scroll technology. We gotta get that brain.
I didn't read it either.
That's a good step. We in a step to the right direction. Don't read things. we moving forward in the right direction. I like that. I like to hear that.
What do you actually want from me?
I'm glad you started this. So we're gonna actually get into our Barbie review because Barbie actually has a good example of this. All right, so it's gonna be a little weird. Again,
he wants me to be a white woman.
It's gonna be. No, I don't. I want you to be a black Barbie, like Issa Rae. So
the president. Issa Rae was the president.
Yeah, but like I said, so essentially what happens here is this is gonna be a little weird, okay? Because I watched Barbie, as we talked about a little bit earlier in the episode,
and I'm going out to see Barbie with my girls on Sunday, and this one has forsaken our entire marriage and watched Barbie without me. So
I'm not even talking about that right now. Nobody cares about you and what you and your little friends are doing at the movie theater. Like, that's null and void.
I want to domestic violence you so bad right now.
I'm glad this is on tape.
Let it be on tape.
So that when I point to the
judge. Let it be on tape.
I can point, I can show the judge.
Yeah.
But back to what I was saying. She's going to lead.
He betrayed me, Judge.
She's going to lead our They Clone Tyrone review because I fell asleep during that movie. So
because you hate black men.
Am I a sellout?
And you love white women.
More when we get to that.
And then when we get Dr. Umar, our first guest on this show, I will show him this exact clip and I will tell him that you fell asleep during They Clone Tyrone and then you betrayed your black queen who loves Barbie and everything dolls to watch it by yourself. And I hope he puts hands on you and I will help him.
I can accept that.
But I don't think Dr. Umar would want to hurt a black man because that is an upstanding black man himself.
I think he may would after my atrocities. All right, so we're gonna get into this Barbie review. So overall, I just want to get my first just general opinion on it. I believe that it was actually a really good movie. Are you gonna do this the whole review? Are you gonna be giving this kind of energy? That's not very Barbie friendly.
I'm a Bratz doll.
All right, so overall, I just want to start with Barbie was a really, really good movie. So this is what you're gonna do my whole review? This is what you're gonna do my whole review? You gonna hate? You gonna hate my whole review? Okay. So I just want to start with, like I said, overall it was a really good movie. I didn't know how to take it at first because I was sitting there watching it and I didn't know, am I watching something that's trying to be serious? Are they really trying to tell a story? Is this a parody? For the most part, though,
you better not ruin it for me either.
I'm not gonna ruin it. For the most part, I'm going to spoil some moments, though.
No,
this is what's going on. It's Talk FNF.
You know what?
You can't just get up. We're doing a podcast. You can't get up. All right, engage with the Barbie review. Let me get my kin off. All right, this is my moment. Okay, on the old show, I told you I had real opinions about Barbie. You're going to allow me to express my real opinions on this movie.
What old show?
Okay. So, are you ready?
All right, go ahead.
Jesus Christ. So, I didn't know if this movie was going to be a parody or not. I feel like the best way to interpret this movie is as a parody because this movie starts off crazy. So, what I first want to do before we get into actually what happened in the movie, I want to get into the history of who actually Barbie is. Because Barbie doesn't come from what people think so. When you think of Barbie, what do you think of? You think of what?
A blonde white woman.
And a toy, right?
Yeah.
Toy for who?
Children.
Okay. So I want to actually give y'all a deep little history dive into the history of the origins of Barbie. Barbie wasn't always Barbie. No, sir. No, sir. She used to go by another name. We're going to talk about Miss Lily. So, originally, Barbie was not the toy that y'all think was for little kids and little girls. Actually, it was a doll that was kind of given as a souvenir to playboys all around. When you was a playboy back in the day, you had the little Lily doll that was given to you as either a party favor, gag gifts, and essentially she was a sex worker. And so she had little different comics and stuff like that where she would be doing little goofy sex work, or she would just be helping guys or being very flattering to men. Mm-hmm. And that was like a symbol of, oh, you that guy when you had the little Barbie doll, you know, on your den or on your bar and stuff like that.
Yeah, creepy, so but as men do.
It's not creepy. It was what it came from. So the woman who actually invented the Barbie doll saw this when she went to Europe, because it was like a German thing. She saw this when she went to Europe, took it back to America, and repurposed it into a children's doll. So again, This was something that came from sex work and repurposed into a feminist icon, very much like a lot of things. And it was just so interesting to see how the movie starts off, okay? So this movie starts off with Barbie in her iconic, original, striped bathing suit all the way down. So you don't see Barbie yet. You see these little girls, and they're talking about the history of dolls. And what they were basically used for was preparing. Essentially, they tried to nail it down to dolls were here to prepare women to be moms. Mm-hmm. So they did the little passive little statement where they said, "Oh, these right here, these nothing's wrong with being a mom, but there's more around." Then you have her in this sexualized outfit, stepping on motherhood. She destroys it. Mm-hmm. She steps down and destroys pretty much the concept of what femininity had been looking at that time. Mm-hmm. Now, it's just so crazy to see this sex worker, which originally came from sex work, be used as something to revolutionize the nuclear family. It moves on. So now we start to get into what the Barbie world actually is. It's essentially a matriarch where all the women who are named Barbie are treated as supreme. Everybody, they make government, they make choices. They even had a little joke at the beginning about how she said that my logic and feelings can both be validated at the same time. And everyone clapped. Mm-hmm. So it goes in, and basically Ken is an individual who has to, he's like a woman in these worlds is what they would try to pull with. You have to essentially get Barbie's attention. That's literally what the narrator said. His life is about getting Barbie's attention. He tries to do stuff he's not capable of doing. He tries to get out of character. He tries to be someone who he isn't, all for Barbie's attention. They even have this weird little moment in the beginning where all the Kens, even though they're like different ethnicities and stuff, all the Kens are wearing white outfits with K's on it. Almost to like kind of foreshadow the future of the movie in which Ken adopts patriarchy and is like the KKK and kind of stuff like that. Like it really, like they literally had 3 of them all together that was KKK in front of it. So this movie has no fucking story at all. This movie has no fucking story at all. Barbie.
I didn't watch it, but I saw that the movie was essentially being played by, like, voiced by children, like, because that's what dolls are. So
no, they're talking. No, it's Margot Robbie's voice.
Yeah, no, but it's her voice, but it's...
Oh, the story's like somebody's, yeah. Like
it's supposed to be like a child is overseeing the...
Oh, for sure. Like, they have, like, all the band Barbies and shit. They got the pregnant Barbie. They got all that shit. Like, all that is in there. They got Barbie's sister, the one you could stretch out and make her into a woman. Like, they had all that shit there. So, essentially, the movie just starts because she's, like, fucking emo. Like, she just has an emo moment. Not even an emo day. She just said, y'all ever think about death? Skirt. Record scratch. Bitch, what? Death. She had to clean that shit up real quick. And then the next day, she lost her fucking feet. So her feet, you know how the Barbie feet go up?
Yeah, she
lost
feet
that.
Flattened out.
And after that, it pushed her to go into this adventure. She didn't want to go on it, but pushed her to go into the adventure. Now she's in the real world, trying to see these people who memory she keeps coming up to. And then that's when everything changes, because Ken followed her to the real world. And immediately, she feels sexualized. She feels attacked. My boy Ken feels right at home. My boy goes to the library, reads a book on patriarchy, and says, why has no one ever told me this? And I want you to know, Patriarchy Ken, top 5 character this year. Mm-hmm. Patriarchy Ken was the best character I've ever seen.
Yeah, because you hate women.
No, because this nigga came there. Everybody was down with it. As soon as he went back to Barbie Land, everybody was down with the patriarchy. All of the women were down. Why would I want to do anything? Why would I want to think? I just want to be here with you, Ken. That shit was lit. Everything about that. Honestly, the movie should have stopped right there. Once Ken went back and brought patriarchy to Barbie Land, that was the movie. There was no more need for anything else. Everything else ended up happening it becomes even more toxic.
Yeah, your dream is just a world where women don't actually question your actions because they stupid as fuck. Continue.
I'm trying to figure out where was the dispute there.
I don't need you to dispute. There doesn't need to be a dispute to my statement.
See, but this is the part I didn't like though. So the conclusion of the movie ended with essentially the women knew that they couldn't overtake patriarchy. So what they did was they used patriarchy against themselves. They end up jumping around to all the different kins, making them jealous of each other. And then they went to war. And while they were at war, they went and voted for how they was going to keep Barbie land. Kept Barbie land, the kins lost. And they end up doing some weird little, everybody matters, everybody's a person. Feminism is just growing up in the world, understanding that you have disadvantages. Which I say, overall, the message wasn't bad. Like, it wasn't a bad message in the movie. I just feel like patriarchy can just deserve way more than what he got. My boy came in there with the Magic Johnson fur coat. Like, you couldn't stop this nigga. 6 packs with a Magic Johnson fur coat. I'm going crazy out here. And then they had one joke though. You didn't like my review?
No, it was a great review, I guess. You just fucking ruined the movie for me after you stabbed me in the back and watched it without me. I want to fucking move on. Let's go.
Hey man, shout out to Ken, yo. Everybody, we can't in good faith.
I don't know what to tell you.
We can't in good faith tell you to go see the movie because of the writer's strike, and all that, and the actor strike. But
yeah, you can illegally watch it like this criminal did.
I will not admit to any of these statements that this woman is putting on to me.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you're a hater. You want to get into the Tyrone movie now or what?
Yeah, let's get into some like actual like black content really quickly. I don't know who it was directed or produced by or anything, but They Clone Tyrone came out on Netflix a couple days ago, and it's John Boyega. My bad.
You sick fuck.
My nigga, love you. So John Boyega,
Hold on.
Jamie Foxx.
You say you like that nigga a lot. Don't say you love.
I do. I love that nigga. So I love John Boyega, Jamie Foxx, and Tiana Parrish. I think her name is not Parrish.
And because you hate black men, the director was Jewel Taylor.
Okay. So it was a very like sci-fi. I enjoyed it a lot. I think I watched a couple of like reviews and things about it that were like Easter eggs and hidden messages in the movie, and I don't think there were really any hidden messages. I think the message was very obvious, and I think was like very blatant and in your face and in flashing lights. I think it had to do with like tropes that were detrimental to the black community. I think the 3 main characters obviously were characters that are detrimental to the black community. It was a pimp, a hoe, and a drug dealer. I don't want to give like a whole review of the movie, like a diagnosis, like a synopsis, of the movie, but I think it did a really good job of addressing problems in our community without being like, oh, this is what you need to do. And it wasn't like, I don't want to use the word preachy because that's what we saw earlier, but it wasn't super preachy. And I think it said a lot. And I don't think it was pretentious. It definitely was not pretentious at all. It was still funny. It was still light, but it still got the message across. And I think the message was very obvious, which is why I was like a little confused as to like the Easter egg reviews and things of that nature. Like them saying that fried chicken, grape juice, crack, music, the church, and strip clubs and things of that nature are vices and things that basically can control us is not it's not like new thoughts. Like nothing nothing in this movie was like a new thought for me, but it was a fresh take on everything, and I enjoyed it. It was funny, and it was it wasn't hard to get through to watch or anything like that, you know?
Anytime I see that dude, J. Alfonso Nicholson, the dude that played Lil Murder,
yeah,
it's hard not to remember that. Like, it's hard to see that and not remember any other scene from that movie or his shows.
Yeah, because you don't take black men seriously. Okay, let me update y'all. I wanted to watch They Clone Tyrone for mad days, but this nigga kept falling asleep. And I kept not watching the movie because I wanted to watch it with him. So then when we finally watched it together, he's like, oh, babe, I watched this without you just like I watched the fucking Barbie movie without you.
You about to be censored, yo. I'm about to really just start censoring you, yo. I think that's
I think you do need to start doing that.
I think Ken has inspired me, yo. No cap. He's inspired me to uphold patriarchy.
Ken
in the highest
hasn't
order.
inspired you to uphold
that
patriarchy.
White man has inspired me.
Patriarchy is your favorite thing that came from colonialism.
You don't know that.
I do know that.
You don't know that.
Patriarchy is the main thing that you like. All black men's favorite thing that came out of colonialism was patriarchy because it's the only thing that actually benefited you. Everything else was garbage for all of us except patriarchy that benefited y'all. And then that was it.
I'm saying what Ken did and made it look fly.
Ken is a white man.
And he made it look fly. He went out there. He had black niggas in patriarchy. The nigga from Secret Invasion was in there. He was holding up patriarchy mad crazy.
I wouldn't know because you watched it without me and pull the knife out of my back.
I watched Secret Invasion without you too.
Pull it out of my back.
No, I wanted to sit there and bleed. All right, I want to thank everybody listening to Talk FNF TV. This is my horrid co-host.
I am your fucking beautiful, delightful, entertaining co-host, Farah.
All right, we out of here.